Today is May 18th, and I wanted to talk to you today about being a Christian parent and about something called the spirit of Elijah and how it relates to being a Christian parent. I wanted to talk to you about the spirit of Elijah. So, Jesus mentions Elijah a couple of times in his ministry. In the book of Matthew, he references the spirit of Elijah as being rejected, and this is often referred to as, some say, John the Baptist. He exhibited the spirit of Elijah too, in the sense that he was a prophet that had a stance of fostering love and commitment to the younger generations, right? So John the Baptist was always baptizing younger people, right? In Luke chapter 1, verse 17, he also says in the end times, the spirit of Elijah will come to turn the hearts of the fathers to their children. This is the spirit of Elijah. It's the spirit of almost all the prophets. It is the spirit of Moses, too, for sure. He did everything that he could on his long and arduous journey to get the younger generations to the promised land. So, my children, as a Christian parent, I'm excited because my children are graduating soon, and one is graduating from college and the other from high school. And it has been a long and arduous journey, too, for us as well, towards their success. And as their parent, I admit that I have made many mistakes along the way, and I could have always been better. Yet I wanted the best for them, and I tried the best to get them across the finish line with my limited abilities as they were. This is what Joseph Z. On YouTube, he calls in his new book, The Spirit of Elijah. Elijah was a troubled person, right? He was a prophet who had many personal struggles. He dealt with depression and despair all the time. He went through one of the darkest periods of Israel, right? But his greatest attribute was his love for his people, and everything he did was for the next generation, even to the point that he passed his mantle on to Elisha when he grew old, knowing that the next generation needed a strong prophet with vitality. He was taken up into a whirlwind and is said to someday return at the end times to lead the people. But I wonder if the leadership will be through a physical Elijah or whether through the spirit of Elijah as a role model, a good prophet who had a good life. And learning from his stories, we can learn the importance of always striving to help the next generation. This is the role of a prophet, actually, as the parent of a religion, right? This is a role that Moses took. Remember, Moses did not go into the promised land, it was Joshua that did. Moses' job was to get them to the promised land and do the final push to get them across the finish line. That was his job. And he did that, designating Joshua as his next in line, and then standing back in the desert in his old age and watching them all cross over the finish line. And it must have been very bittersweet for him, right? Because he had been on such a long journey for them. John the Baptist did not get to see the ministry of Jesus either. His role was to pave the way for Jesus and to baptize him. John died before the ministry, but he was also a crucial part in parenting Jesus and helping Jesus to the finish line as well. This is the spirit of Elijah that Joseph Z. talks about. It is the spirit alive in many today, even now, who do whatever they can in their human ability and in their prayers to get their children to a better life. I watched the American Pope this morning in his first Mass, and I'm happy he's from America. America is a place of hope still, even though that we've been through so much drudgery and despair in the past couple of years. It's really been a dark time for us, just like Elijah had gone through, right? But America is also a place of opportunity and a place where many immigrants have come, passing by the Statue of Liberty with their torch to pursue a better chance for their families. The life of the American immigrant has been much like the life of the prophets, and this too is the spirit of Elijah, to always seek a better future for the next generation, to get them across the finish line. There's a short animated film on YouTube. It's titled The Sunflower Motivation Short Film 2018. And you can find it there, and it's an excellent illustration of what the life of a prophet is like, what the life of a Christian parent is like, also the lives of many people as well, immigrants as well. It's all these people that are doing whatever they can for the younger loved ones that they have to have a better future. The story of the American immigrant, as I talked about earlier, the American Pope Leo, right? The American immigrant and the American parent, it's often somebody that expends themselves through labor, even to the point of total exhaustion and weariness, to get the younger generation to a better future, right? Just like Jeremiah, for I know the plans I have for you to give you a future and a hope. Sometimes that better future comes at a cost that we are completely unaware of at the start of our journey, and it's very, very difficult. Sometimes the journey is incredibly rough and painful, But the spirit of Elijah, the spirit of Moses, the spirit of John the Baptist is someone that is willing to go the distance, even to the point of death, to achieve a better outcome for the next in line. In an earlier article, we talked of a prism which takes in light and transmutes it. This is the spirit of a prophet, a parent, an immigrant, someone who is willing to break the generational curses of poverty and despair to push the younger ones across the finish line. This is a good and noble pursuit and a good attitude and perspective to have in this new age. What can we do to push the younger generations across the finish line to a better future? What can we do in our human capacity? Fair. One moment, I'm making a video. What prayers can you pray? What acts can you do to help them? This is a good perspective to have and builds a better world slowly. As I said earlier, my children are graduating soon, and I'm happy about that. I noticed in Pope Leo's first Mass that he seemed to emphasize the efforts of all the members of the Church, including the lay people, such as married couples. And I hope that there will be a revival and improvement of marriage in the future, as it is instrumental in building a better future for younger generations. I recently listened to a Bible study about marriage, and everyone struggles with marriage. I have myself too. I've been married 13 years, right? In the Bible study, they said a woman is like Adam's rib, right? She's supposed to be a companion to her husband, right? And in turn, the man is supposed to treat her with an unconditional love and respect. Their roles are very similar to what Pope Leo described the roles of Jesus and Peter. Jesus showed unconditional love, and Peter was his friend that agreed to tend to the sheep and feed them. This is the role and the perspective that is right for us to have in the future for the next generations. How do we get the younger generations to the promised land? By having the spirit of Elijah in our daily lives, and hopefully by the renewal of our commitment to be good parents and good marriage partners. Amen, right? God bless you, and God bless the new leaders of this newer generation. Remember, your goal is to get them across the finish line. The journey is about progress and not perfection. It's what's inside your intent that matters the most, right? This is something I have to remind myself of too, because I have fallen short lately, especially in my own marriage. My children are getting ready to graduate soon, and I'm so happy. God bless the graduates of 2025 and all their family members that helped to push them across the finish line. Best wishes to the future success of Pope Leo, too. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and God bless.